good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. We are live again today, the 27th of September 2022. On a Tuesday, we come every Tuesday to present to you a program we call Ubuntu channel lifestyle. And today, joining me on the set is Sister D, and I'm your host, Ruben, standing in for Moddipher. Good evening, Sister D. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. Hi, good evening. Hi, Sister D, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel.
Thank you so much.
Great. So to our viewers, this is Ubuntu channel lifestyle. Like I had already said, I'm standing in for Moddipher, and I'll be speaking to Sister D. Sister D, welcome once more, and let's start our program, shall we? I want to find out really your brief background about yourself. Who is Sister D?
That's one of the most difficult questions I'm usually asked to say who I am. It's so difficult to say it yourself, but Sister D is an artist. Sister D is a Black African woman. Sister D is a mother, a wife, an activist. Sister D is this human being you're seeing on the camera today.
I know most of us, we know you as a musician, Sister D,
Mm-hmm.
from the early days of our lives in the early 2000s when you brought in the Vitenden song and all that. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to find out from you really what attracted you to the music industry.
I always loved music. I did music in church. I did music in school. I would always take the opportunity if there's a time to sing. I would always jump on that opportunity. So I always loved singing. Would always have a family choir at home. But I never thought I could take it professionally until I met Michael Zulu, and also when I was in the theater, because I used to be an actress before I became a musician.
Oh
So
wow.
when they're singing, when they are singing parts in a play or something, I'd always want to be the one leading the song. So I've always loved music, and just that I didn't know that I was going to do it professionally.
Thanks for that. Really, we Zambians usually use the term like uh, nafikapo or maybe kuchalo. Does does you
Mm.
does you after becoming a musician, does that make you feel you've accomplished, you've reached your goal, what you wanted to do in life?
Yes, I think well, you never accomplish anything, in life, because there's always new things you learn. Uh, but I think music wise, I have really, been satisfied with some of the music that I've done. But of course, it never stops. It always comes to your head. There's a new song today. There's a new song in your dreams. So I think it's not like I've reached where I want to reach, but at least there's a satisfaction in me that I've made a contribution, which I can still continue to contribute to. So, well, it's a yes and no answer.
All right. I know you're a musician, and we can't know everything about your life, but I wanted to find out from you, is there anything that you regret doing? Let me start with your public life. Have you
Mhm.
ever encountered being in a situation where you say, I think I wish I never did that?
Of course, there are a lot of things that do happen that you think, well, maybe I shouldn't have done this and stuff like that. But uh, they are not so. Do I even remember anything that I feel like I wasn't happy doing it? I've always told myself to say never regrets, a choice that you make in life, but you learn from it. So for me, I think not really. No,
No. Okay.
no.
What really is your goal in life? What is it that you want to accomplish? What is your goal?
My goal is just to be fulfilled. To be satisfied with what I contribute in my life. That's it. I mean, if it's going to make a difference, then I'm satisfied. That's my goal.
Uh, Maybe you don't know, but you're one of the people that really are famous in the music industry, especially for us who are there in the early 2000s and all that. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah. Does fame affected your personal relationship with people?
No, not at all. I think it has even taught me to be more humble, because I'm a very down to earth person, and my character hasn't changed. I'm a person you find selling at our bar at the Roots Cafe, and sometimes it even affects my children. I'm a person who go in anywhere in the market and buy rape for 2 kwacha 15 way, and some people will be saying, "Why are you doing this?" I don't want to be different. I just want to be me, and if somebody sees me and they're happy seeing me, that's fine. If they think, why is she doing that? It doesn't matter. For me, what matters is me, is what I'm doing okay. So I think fame hasn't changed me, and I don't think it will ever change.
Did you feel frustrated? Someone is calling you, like you're walking, you're going to the market, someone is calling you behind Sister D on your left, someone is calling you in front, someone is calling you and all that.
Mm,
It
mm.
takes most of your time before you reach the market.
It does. It actually it takes a lot of time, and like you are saying, it's sometimes difficult because maybe you're in a low mood, and you always have to smile, you have to accommodate people, but it's a lifestyle that I chose. I didn't know it was going to come to this, but just realized that this is where I put myself. There's no privacy, and that's one of the things that I miss actually. It's privacy, because wherever you go, people will recognize you. So that's why I've kept my character, because if I want to eat shima in Soweto market, let me eat. People will say, hey, what is that Dibwanji? But that's the kind of person I am. If I'm
Yeah.
going to go to Salaula and choose a top from there that I feel like I want to wear, let me do that. Because when you really want to put yourself there, I think your life becomes sometimes miserable, because you have to keep up with your status. You have to keep us up with your name. So for me, I've told myself I'll be who I am, and let it be.
uh, I, I also know that you're not just a musician, you also do a little bit of uh, activism. You're an activist in short.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
is it that
Hmm.
you want to achieve in that area?
I'm a women's and children's rights activist, and I always want the best for the women, because I know we come from a background where we were almost second class citizens as women.
Yeah.
Also, I speak for children because they are vulnerable. A child will look at an adult and think, this is protection. But us as adults, we've taken advantage, of the children and abused them. So somebody needs to speak about that. Somebody needs to to speak on their behalf. I mean, everybody can speak for themselves, but if you have an opportunity to put that in song, or people know you and they'll hear when you are talking about something, then you take advantage. So I took advantage of the music. I know I feel I've always been born an activist as well, but I took advantage of the music because it has a huge platform, it has a huge following, and to use my activism, because at least I've made a name in the music industry.
Yeah. All right. I know every day things that don't go smooth for you. So, what are some of the challenges that you face as an activist and also as a musician?
As a musician, I think sometimes it's the topics that I tackle. Most of the time people will say, but why did you sing such a song? Don't you think, you could have done it this way? I mean, you went too much and stuff like that. Those are some of the challenges. As an activist, people will call you names, Avanavo, you're always talking about women, what of the men, what of, stuff like that. So those challenges will always be there, and they are the blocks that build us. They are the blocks that build me. When people talk, you realize that at least there's an impact you're making, whether it's positive or negative.
So there are people that are looking up to you, Sister D, and say, one day I want to be like Sister D. What is your advice to the young people that are looking up to you, and say, what can you say to them? What really is your advice? Both as a musician, someone who wants to start music, and also someone who wants to become an activist like you.
Believe in
Especially to
yourself.
the ladies, because I know you were championing the rights for the girl child.
Yeah. Yes, it's to believe in yourself, believe you can do it, believe you can achieve your goal, and consistency. Sometimes we want to do something today, tomorrow we feel like I don't want to do it, so you have to be focused, you have to be consistent, you have to be determined, and I mean, if you have those things, then definitely you are going to reach higher heights.
All right. Let's look at the social media trends of late. If, let's start with the recent ones, the issues of the cases of sodomy and child abuse. I want to get your comment
Mhm.
about this, especially on the sodomy part.
Anything that is, you know, uh, the issue of sodomy, definitely most of the time, like you're saying, on the boys, I mean, it's wrong. You know, how do you do that to a child? Like I said in the beginning, children look up to us for safety. Children look up to us for guidance, and we are the people who are perpetrating, who are abusing them. The issue of sodomy is a very heartbreaking issue. We thought maybe the boys are safer, but it's very sad to see that now we are having boys being sodomized. Yes, homosexuality has always been there, and it will always be there, but you cannot do that to a child. You should not do that to a child. I mean, how do you even feel, as an adult, sodomizing a child, sexually abusing a child? For me, I won't even call it sodomy. It's sexually abusing a child. Why would you do that? If you're a father, you're a brother, you're a sister, would you like that to happen to your child? I think that's not fair. And we need a lot of talk to the boys as well. I know we've concentrated so much on the girls, but I think we have to look at this thing, for both girls and boys, because the boys are not safe. We thought maybe they are a stronger gender, that, maybe they can protect themselves, and maybe but now they're being taken advantage of. So for me, I think perpetrators must be brought to book and punished severely. Like my song says, castrated.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's look at the recent issue now that has been circulating on social media, and this is where really we need your voice. There are allegations
Mm-hmm,
that there's sexual abuse in the women's national team.
mm-hmm,
Yesterday, I posted a whistleblower here was saying these things are happening in the women's
mm-hmm,
national team, but
mm-hmm,
from the time this topic has started, as an activist that always
mm-hmm,
speaks for the girl child, you've been quite existed.
mm-hmm. I think, well, maybe I haven't posted it on social media, but in my circles, I've talked about it. Abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter where it is done from, whether it's on the soccer pitch, whether it's in the home, whether it's in the church, wherever it is. Abuse is an abuse is an abuse. And for me, if this is happening in the women's, the girls' national team, the Copper Queens, I think let the law take its course. It doesn't matter who does it, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a coach, whether it's a musician, you know, But if you commit a crime, you have to be dealt with as the law states. So I say, whoever is doing it, if it's true, you know, of course it has to be proved. If it's true, they have to face the law. Simple as that.
How long have you stayed as a musician? How many years have you spent as a musician, as also as an activist?
As a musician, professionally, I started performing in 1996. So I don't know how many years that is. 1996.
Right.
Yeah. So some 20
Uh,
something years ago.
so that's, if my count is correct, that would be 26 years.
Yes. Yes. That's the time I started singing professionally. Activism along the way, I think in the early 2000s also. So it's also, I think, about 20 something years as an activist.
So what has kept you going all these years, really, Mrs. Ade?
Like I said earlier, I think, I'm determined. I know what I want to do. I'm focused, and I want to bring change always, positive change to the world. So that has kept me going. That has kept me going. And there's a voice that needs to speak all the time. And if I'm going to change a life of one person, then I'll continue doing it. So that's what keeps me going.
And on a lighter note, uh, what gives you joy, sister?
Gives me joy? Happy people, a happy world, and what gives me joy is, sometimes even in my home, when I cook, a lot of people were hungry and they just looked weak, and when I go to the pot, I cook and everybody eats and they start, talking and, seeing that energy, that really makes me happy, so that those are the little things that, bring joy in my life.
All right. So you've done a lot of songs. From all the songs that you've done, which one is your favorite and why?
Hmm. It's so difficult to say I have a favorite because they all have a, soul to it. They all have why they were, done. But if I had to say, there's a song I did
But
in
I'm
Lenges
sure every time when
titled.
I know every time when you're called for a show, you make sure that this song,
Mhm.
it just have to be there because it's
Well,
I'm sure
not
it just
really, not really. Most of the time, people will request for Vitenden, but there's a song I did. It's entitled Shinimbalue. It's a Lenje song. I love that song. I think it speaks to my soul.
all right. So what's the song all about?
It's a lamentation of a married woman, who is complaining to say people have forgotten the way I look now because of the abuse that I've gone through. You know, where if you want to sit, your husband is going to say, "No, you can't sit there. You want to eat. What are you chewing?" So this woman is saying, "I'm going back to my mother, who will tell me if I'm not feeling well, my baby, you can sit down. It's okay. We are going to cook." You know, Toya kulibama kubamba nanda chiswa. If I'm sick, chileke tulonayo sunu. Meaning, I mean, stop it. You sleep hungry because you need to rest. So that's the message in a nutshell.
I know most of the people, especially the youths, are dancing to Malebanese and all those songs. Which of the Zambian uh, music right now are you feeling at the moment?
Which one? I like uh, uh, Dave. There's a song he did, and it was my favorite. Now that I'm here, I've even forgotten the title, but there's a song. What's the title? Let me think about it because I'm here now. I end and I choka mood. But there's a song that was done by Dave, the late Dave.
So, Sister D, some of us we are your fans, and some of the
Mhm.
fans are watching us right now, following this interview. When should they expect another hit? The one they
Well,
have, it has accumulated dust. Want a new one on the market.
you won't believe that I have a whole lot of songs in my phone, but I don't know. I just don't even know which one to choose. Yeah, maybe I'm getting tired, but I don't know which one to choose because there are a lot of them, so I'm hoping that next year I can do a bit of artistic work. I think this time I've concentrated on the business side, of us, running our cafe, trying to build a studio and stuff like that, but I'm hoping that next year I can do a lot of artistic work.
A lot of people, especially in Zambia, would love to uh, do collaborations with international artists. If it comes to you, which artist would you love to collaborate with, and why?
International artist, Beyonce.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
I think she's a strong woman and she has a message in most of the songs that she does. And I feel like she always wants to stand for the women. So she's similar to me.
Have you communicated with her?
No, I haven't, but I'm hoping that I could communicate with her.
All right. Where do we see Sister D in the next 5, 10 years from now?
Still waking, still pushing and still speaking for the vulnerable. And of course, the women. The message doesn't stop going there.
All right. And then I also want to find out, how would you love to be remembered?
Well, I can't choose how I should be remembered. People remember what I've done, so I can't tell them how they want to remember me. If they remember me as this bad person, let it be so. If they remember me as an activist, as a musician, let it be so. But I wouldn't say this is how I want them to remember me because I'll be lying to myself, really.
All right. So we're coming to the end of our program here. I want you
Mhm.
to really uh, have your last word, your concluding remarks, especially on the recent happenings in our country of Sodom, and also the
Oh,
allegations in
okay,
the women's
okay,
ministry.
okay. I remember the song while we are closing. It's a song by Dave. It's never been easy. It's never been easy
Oh,
to stay in love with you. Yes, that's the song. I was going to say Uganda is bleeding by Michael Zulu, but since he's my husband, I declare interest. But I'm feeling also his song Uganda is bleeding again. Um, on the
but
happenings.
before we go that, there's a
Uh-huh.
question here from Lawrence. He's saying, Sister D is forever young. Seems don't get old, Sister D. He's
Really?
asking, what is the secret? We also don't want to get old. Should we
Well, maybe
come? Should we put
I'm
on our
like a
grade
teacher.
as well?
I'm like a teacher. I just realized teachers don't grow old. So I don't know, but I mean, it's the grace, it's the work that I do. I'm not a lazy person, I'll walk, I'll run, I'll exercise when I can, and be happy.
Okay, and there's someone who is also your ardent followers commented. That's Besa Kambamfuile. He's saying,
Hmm.
my inspiration, I learn a lot from her and always take every opportunity to learn and follow her.
Well, I'm so humbled to hear that. It always makes me happy.
That's a comment. I'm sure you're able to see it on your screen now. That's from
Well,
Besa.
I don't even have my glasses. My eyes have always been quite bad.
Okay, but the message is just saying my inspiration. I learn a lot from her, and always take every opportunity to learn and to follow her.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a
okay.
comment from. Yeah,
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
yeah. Let's now go back to our topic.
Yes, I think for me, I say, laws are there in our country, and the laws must be followed. If they say there is no homosexuality, I know there are people who are homosexuals who will not run away from it. They've always been there. But for me, my worry is where people are trying to force it on, on children. People are trying to force it on young people. That is not fair. So really, I think the law should take its course. It's a country of laws. So if it says you will not do this, you shall not do it. To the issue of the girls in the national team, if there's anybody who is doing that to the girls, please let them be exposed. I think it's not fair because you are a coach, because you are this what do they call, technical person, and you take advantage of the girls because you feel they are vulnerable. You feel they'll be scared to say this is what is happening because I'll lose my sports in the national team. I think that is not fair for the girls. If this is happening, let the law take its course. Let the girls go secretly. I'm available. If they want somebody to speak on their behalf, they can always communicate to me, and tell me what is happening. Then we pick it up from there. I think it's not fair. Do not abuse the girls. I know, sometimes people think, because they come from a certain background and they want to take advantage of them. But I think that is not fair. And if it is happening, it doesn't matter who is doing it. Let the law take its course.
How can they reach Sister D?
You can follow me on my page. It's Sister D, Sister with an A and the letter D. Then you can send a message or something. Then my contact, I would have given it, but I know I'll be troubled. So, but we respond on Facebook. Yeah, we respond
All
on
right.
Facebook. So you just send a message there, then we'll respond to you.
Then there seems to be someone who really know you is saying, just say hi to my mlamu or presenter. That is Pesi Chama.
Oh, okay. Wow. Nice to hear from you, Percy Chama.
You, I'm sure you know each other. I'm sure because it really
So
insisted
much.
that you should
Yeah.
say hi to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So much.
All
His
right.
family, actually.
Let's. Oh, okay. Good to hear. So this is where we end our lifestyle presentation for tonight. Thank you very much, Sister D, for coming through, and we'll always knock on your door. We want to hear your voice again, over and over and over again. So please keep
No
the doors
problem.
open.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much to our viewers. We also thank you for following Ubuntu channel. Remember, we'll be coming again to interview the police spokesperson, Mr. Ray Hamonga. So don't go anywhere because we'll be back again to have a chat with Mr. Ray Hamonga. For now, it's goodbye from us. I've been the host, Ruben. On behalf of Moddipher, we say thank you very much and join us next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.